Okay. There is some detail to this one as well, but we're starting off with basic inshallah. In fact, with this one that we've covered today, you would have come across them a lot more frequently in the Quran. This one's all over the place. Right? So what's the concept for today? Hal. Hal. Not to be confused with the hal of a kalima. Right? Not to be confused with the hal of a kalima. But there is a similarity in that the hal of a kalima had to do with the state of that word. The concept hal here is similar in that it speaks of the state of something, the form or the state of something. But we'll see what in a moment. So first things first, the grammatical function hal is not to be confused with the idea that a noun or every noun is in a hal of raf, nasb or jar. Not to be confused with that. So hal. What is this? In some way, it is equivalent to the adverb of manner. Adverb of manner. Right? What does it speak about? It speaks about the state, or in Arabic what we call the hay'a, right, of something. Yeah, the hay'a of something. So it's a noun, a wasf, a noun, not specifically a masdar. Yeah, it's a noun that describes the hay'a of something, most often at the time of an action. So what else do we know about it? Hal will be an ism. That will be in nasb. Right? Hal, it is an ism and it will be in nasb. Usually, it will be nakira. And what does it do? It describes the condition of a thing. Right? The condition of either the subject or an object. Yeah. I'm going to say at the time of the verb, but that's if it comes in relation to a verb, because you can also have hal for mubtada and hal for khabar. But let's just go with the normal one. It describes the condition of either the subject or the object at the time of the verb. So the fa'il or the maf'ul at the time of the action. You may say, well, isn't this the same like a sifa? No, it's not the same like a sifa. Because what the sifa does, it makes takhsis of a sport, it specifies a certain description for a thing. Like, for example, if I say a tall man, that description is not telling me his condition at the time of an action. It's specifying a description for him. That man will always be tall. Yeah, that's like a physical description. This will more pertain to the person's state at the time of an action. That's specific to that time. Like I can say, this is Zaid approaching. It's not a description that is permanent for him. It's just speaking about at that specific time. Right? And we'll see some examples of that in a moment. So it's similar. You may think it's similar to a sifa, but it's not the same as a sifa, because a sifa specifies a permanent description for a thing. No, not similar to maf'ul bi. Because maf'ul bi tells you what an action is done to. This tells you how an action is done. It's similar, but those will tell you when an action was done or where an action was done. Yes. The running. No, it's describing the doer at the time of running. Let's see. Let's look at the examples. So, if you want to have a simple question, like for the maf'ulun bihi, we had a simple question that we can ask ourselves. If something answers this question or that question, then it's a maf'ulun bihi. We said, if we ask ourselves, who was the action done to? Or what was the action done to? What answers that question? That would be the maf'ulun bihi. Right. For maf'ul li ajlihi, we said if it answers the question, why was the action done? Then it's in nasb, then that is the maf'ulun li ajlihi. Maf'ul mutlaq didn't have a simple question like that. Right? For hal, we ask ourselves a question. If it tells me how the doer was doing the action or how the done upon was when the action was done, then that is a maf'ulun. Rather that is hal. Maf'ul fihi is like a dharf. So let's see. Right, so here, how? So let's see. Let's look at the first example. وَنَحْشُرُهُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ عَلَى وُجُوهِهِمْ عُمْيًا وَبُكْمًا وَصُمًّا. Let's translate this. وَنَحْشُرُهُمْ حَشَرَ يَحْشُرُ, gather. وَنَحْشُرُ, and we will gather them يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ, on the day of resurrection, on the day of Qiyamah, the day of resurrection. That's telling me time. That's an adverb of time. We'll do that in another lesson. Right? Ala wujuhihim. Ala, upon wujuhihim, their faces. That's a harful jar and ismul majroor, and then the him is a mudafun ilayh that's attached to it. Right? Umyan. Umyan means blind. Wa bukman. Bukman means what? Dumb. Summan means deaf. Okay. But you can see the summan has a wah before it, right? And the bukman has a wah before it. So when you have a wah before word, usually it just tells you it's getting added to a list. So let's. What hal is the word umyan in? You can see it's in nasb, right? Right. Is it the ism? Yeah, definitely. It's a tanween. What is it telling me in the sentence? So firstly, who's doing the action of gathering? It's the nah, right? We, but it's referring to Allah. So is it telling us the state of Allah? No. But is it telling us the state of the people to whom the gathering will be done? Yes. So remember, what did we say? Hal can tell me the state of the one doing the action or the one who the action is done to, right? Or the done upon. So here it's telling me the state of the done upon. And that is, that's why we can identify that as hal. It's ism. It's telling me the state of the done upon at the time of the action. So when Allah will gather them, He will gather them, and they will be at that time blind and dumb and deaf. But those will be, you can see those are just added to the list. And when we add things to a list, the first one in the list is the main one that gets the hal. So umyan, you will tell me, if I ask you what hal is the word umyan in? Halatul nasb. What's the sign that it's in halatul nasb? the fathatain. Why is it in halatul nasb? Because it's hal. Hal for what? For the done upon. Okay, let's look at another one. Is that understood? Any questions on that? Okay, let's look at another one. وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. وَقُلْ and say, Rabbi, O my Lord, irhamhuma, have mercy upon the two of them, meaning it's dua to make for our parents, kama, as the verb is rabba from the second verb. The due form will be rabbaya. Rabbaya. Right? Kama, as rabbaya, the two of them. Rabba means to nurture, to give tarbiyah. That as the two of them nurtured me, rabbayani, nurtured me, saghiran. What's saghiran telling you? It's telling you that, is it telling you the state of the doer? No, the doer is the parents. Is it telling you the state of the done upon? Yes, so it's telling you the state of the done upon when the tarbiyah was done. They done tarbiyah to me when I was small. Or right, whilst I was small, if you want. I'm using the word whilst instead of when, just so that you don't confuse it with the adverb of time. Yes. Exactly. And usually, you wouldn't necessarily have. And now you also know that when you have a word that's hal, you can oftentimes fit the word whilst in there. Just because of the context. Your parents didn't nurture you when they were small. Let's hope not. The context. It could be either of the two. It could be either of the two, but contextually we know this. Let's look at another one. Yes. Yes. Sigaran. It's just because it's speaking now about the state of a plural. Saghiran is a singular, one small person. Sigar, plural. Rabbawuna, sigar. But du'as that come like that in the Quran, you can actually just, even if you're making it for a plural, just say it is as it comes in the Quran. Because then you get the fadila of reciting Quran as well as the dua. I just want to find another one. Let's look at number 5. I'm going through all the examples of here. Anyways. Or rather, let's look at number 6. وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَى أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. وَيَنْقَلِبُ إِلَى أَهْلِهِ مَسْرُورًا. What does that mean? Inqalaba, qalb as the meaning of turning, right? Inqalaba means to turn back or return. Wayanqalibu, you learn that at verb number 7. Wayanqalibu, and he will return ila, to ahlihi, his family, masruran. Masrur means happy. Masrur means to be made happy. Now, this word masruran, is it telling me the state of either the doer or the done upon? It's telling me the state of the doer, right? He will return. What will his state be when he returns? His state will be that of happiness. So he will return happy. So, and this is the nasb. Yes. Nakira. Yes. That is my hal. It's in halatun nasb. The sign is that it has a fathatain. Why? Because fulfills the function of hal. Okay. Let's just take 5 minutes to work. You guys can work through some of the examples in your groups. Maybe just 2 of them. It's only 2 for 1. You see, there's other ways in which hal comes as well. Sometimes you have an entire sentence that is there for hal. Either a verbal sentence or a nominal sentence. And you would have come across that before. You have a sentence that starts with wow. And it usually takes the form wow and then a damir, wa huwa, something or something. Wa huwa bi kulli shay'in alim. But there might be istinaf. ولا تموتن, do not die illa except wa antum, whilst you are Muslims. That wow that we translate as whilst changes the whole sentence to hal, but that's not for now. We'll look at it next week, inshallah. Right? It doesn't get as complicated as Maf'ul mutlaq. So let's just take 2 examples, work through them together, and then we'll move on to Surah Nur. So just maybe 35 minutes, inshallah. To break it,